Today's video is going to be all about Hailey Bieber's new skincare line, Rhode Beauty. I've got the full collection and I've been testing everything for several weeks, so I have a very fully formed opinion on all the products. I know that you guys voted on my community poll recently that you wanted to see a full face of makeup today, but Hailey just announced that Rhode is going to be restocking all of their products today at 8 a.m. Pacific, so I wanted to get this video up in time for that. I'm going to take you through my expectations, the brand values, all of the products, the ingredients, my experience with the textures, and in the end I'll wrap it up with the pros and cons. Like a lot of people, I've definitely been a little bit burned out seeing how many celebrities are launching skincare and makeup lines that seemingly don't have a lot of passion for it. But I agree with so many people that were excited about this launch because Hailey Bieber, this little beaut here, has a very well documented history of being a total beauty lover, and for that, I really appreciate her. Not to mention the fact that she's stunningly gorgeous and has great skin. So when I heard she was launching a line, I was really excited about it because she's one of the few celebrities that I actually follow, and beyond her very well-known love for beauty, I was personally excited for the line because Hailey Bieber has sensitive skin and so do I. And what I love about Hailey Bieber is her transparency around beauty. Like, she will post pictures of her having irritation and rashes on her skin, and she'll share what products she uses to try to combat that irritation. I really like that about her. She's not necessarily trying to put on this illusion that she always has perfect skin and she's flawless all the time. So it was no surprise when I saw that their brand values actually included transparency, which I'll get into now. And speaking of transparency, I would definitely want to set your expectations that using these products is not gonna give you Hailey Bieber skin. Obviously, she's a celebrity, she has a lot of money, she has a lot of access to facials, lasers. I know that she's used a prescription retinoid. So just manage your expectations. While you may not get Hailey Bieber's skin, what you will get is a set of really cosmetically elegant formulas at great price points and formulas that have really wonderful ingredients that work on a wide range of skin types. So let's first talk about the values of the company, and I've written them down right here. So their first value is 100% honesty, no bullshit. So the website says, it was important for us to build a value-driven business. At Rhode, we believe in simplicity, affordability, authenticity, quality, and transparency. Another one of their values is being rooted in science. So they've developed their products with award-winning dermatologists, chemists, and industry leaders. Our skin barrier-focused formulas are designed to bring visible benefits instantly and years down the road. Rhode spelled R-H-O-D-E. They also have a commitment to a minimal footprint. So they say, from limited releases to consciously sourced ingredients to upcycled and recyclable packaging, we are committed to mindful skincare. Clean, vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, fragrance-free. I work at an entertainment marketing firm, so I love a good value statement. I don't necessarily think they're like, reinventing the wheel or saying anything that's like totally unheard of in the beauty space. However, I really do appreciate their commitment to transparency, towards just being more of a thoughtful, conscious company. Personally, that's where I think the beauty industry is going and should go. And if you've watched the making of video of the brand, you can see that Hailey was involved every step of the way in the brand, and it really comes through as her passion project. Personally, as a consumer, I get much more invested in a brand where I feel that passion come through and I can see all of the hard work and the thoughtfulness that went into it. But obviously there are some cons, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So now let's dive into the actual product reviews. First, I just wanted to call out Abbey Young's video. I just found her YouTube channel and I saw this video and I was really blown away. I'm not a skincare expert. I don't want to give the impression that I'm a skincare expert. Really, I'm just here to communicate what's on the website and give you my thoughts on everything. For a much more detailed video on the actual ingredients and what they're supposed to do for the skin long term, check out Abbey Young's video. So the Peptide Glazing fluid is $29 and it's described as a lightweight, quick absorbing gel serum that visibly plumps and hydrates to support a healthy skin barrier. So this definitely feels less like a serum and more like a kind of gel lotion texture that definitely kind of melts onto the skin and does become more serum-like once it kind of warms up with contact on your skin. And I love how bouncy the texture is. It really does look beautiful on the skin. It contains niacinamide, which nourishes, brightens, and improves skin's overall texture. It also has peptides, which are basically the star ingredient of Rhode skincare, and they have peptides that visibly plump and reduce the look of fine lines. And according to Abbey Young, the specific peptide that's used in Rhode Beauty is said to have a Botox-like effect on the skin. It also has hyaluronic acid, which we love, which locks in hydration, replenishes cell moisture, and it also has marula oil, which is a lightweight oil that's rich in fatty acids that help support and soften the skin barrier. So the pros of this product for me are that I love the texture. It's the kind of texture that just makes your skin feel so bouncy. It feels lightweight. It doesn't leave a kind of like tackiness on your skin that sometimes can be a little bit annoying. Looks great under makeup, does not have any issues mingling with any of my other skincare products. It's beautiful. I've never found this to cause any irritation. Love it, love it. Now, I have seen some feedback that people think this product might be a little bit too simple, especially compared to the moisturizer, which has a little bit more going on. But as someone who knows firsthand the struggle of having sensitive skin, just like Hailey, the more ingredients in a product, especially the more active ingredients, the more prone to irritation you are. So I actually really like that this is more of a simple staple in my routine. Sometimes I will layer this over my other favorite serums, or other times I'll use them interchangeably. For example, this has niacinamide, peptides, and hydrating ingredients. Same thing with my Dew Skin Deliverance Serum and my Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum. But where this one has marula oil, the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum has peach extract and a couple others that I believe soothe the skin. And the Dew Skin Deliverance Serum has a cannabinoid complex and water lily that soothe the skin. So they're a little bit different depending on what you want. Sometimes I like layering them all in a day because they don't cause me any irritation. Other times I'll just pick one and then I'll layer it on top of my Skin Better Alto Defense Serum, which is my antioxidant serum. And in terms of any negative aspects of the peptide glazing fluid, I just have a very minor one. If this is sitting in my drawer like this, I have to kind of pump and pump and pump and pump, and it takes a while to dispense the product. Unlike other serums that are a lot more thin and fluid, I can store them in a drawer and I can easily pump them out. This does have more of a thick serum consistency. It's more like a thin gel lotion. So I would just say if you can store it upright, then you won't have that problem. And compared to my other serums, the Peptide Glazing Fluid is $29 for 1.7 ounces. The Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum is $39 for 1.3 fluid ounces. So already you get a better value with this. And the Dew Skin Deliverance Serum is just 1 ounce for $69. So if you're someone who wants to get started with a serum that is soothing, hydrating, and can help soften the look of fine lines and wrinkles, this is a really good one for the value. Next, we have the Barrier Restore Cream, which is also 1.7 ounces for $29. And the website describes this as a rich but lightweight cream moisturizer to comfort, soothe, and restore the skin barrier. Our antioxidant peptide powerhouse delivers hydrated, smoother, softer skin over time. Okay, let me rephrase that because rich but lightweight is kind of a confusing way to describe the texture. Like, is it rich or is it lightweight? It's in the middle of that, I would say. So it's the kind of product that actually is quite thin in texture. And again, like the peptide glazing fluid, it does seem to melt into the skin and thin out, which is why I would agree when they call it lightweight. However, I can also see where they're getting rich from because it does feel occlusive enough. I don't feel like I need to use something even richer on top of it, despite how thin and lightweight the texture is. So the star ingredients in this are shea butter that hydrates, moisturizes with 5 essential fatty acids, including vitamins D, E, and A, and also allantoin, which is, I believe, also a skin soother. It also has squalane, which is plant-based, and it calms skin and supports the skin barrier. It has peptides that visibly plump and reduce the look of fine lines, acai, which is antioxidant rich and protects the skin from harmful free radicals, and also niacinamide that nourishes, brightens, and improves skin's overall texture. This is actually my least favorite product out of the line, which isn't to say that I don't like it, but as I've mentioned, my skin is very sensitive, and right now I'm going through a period where my skin is quite sensitized. And unfortunately, I do find that this stings my face when my skin is sensitized, and there's a very clear reason for that for me. A, if you are layering several layers of niacinamide, that can cause irritation because niacinamide is an active ingredient. So just be aware, if you can be sensitive to niacinamide, the serum and the moisturizer contain that. I'm pretty tolerant with niacinamide, so layering that typically is not an issue for me. But when my skin is sensitized, I am finding it can be a little bit too much. However, I think the main thing for me that can cause a little bit of irritation when my skin is sensitized is the inclusion of peptides. I've never heard anybody else talk about this, but for some reason, I've noticed that products with peptides seem to sting my face when my skin is already sensitized. So when my skin is really flaring up, I pretty much just use my Fit Glow Ceramide Mist, my Pacifica Ceramide Serum, and my Tatcha Indigo Serum and Cream Treatment. That's it, those 3 products. No active ingredients, no peptides, no niacinamide. And third of all, I find that antioxidants can also sting my face, especially if it's something like vitamin C. I'm not really familiar with acai in skincare, but I'm just kind of thinking that for me, because this is stinging my face right now, I think that the niacinamide, the peptides, and the antioxidants are just too much for my skin. So I would say that if you're like me and you regularly struggle with sensitivity, just be aware that while this is marketed to be very soothing and support the skin barrier, there still may be ingredients here that can cause a little bit of irritation if you are already sensitized. And if you don't have sensitive skin, let me just tell you this right now, you have a gift. You should cherish it and be forever grateful. And if that's the case, you will probably love these products, because the only con for me of the formulas was the fact that this can sting my face a little bit. But when my skin's not sensitized, I love this bad boy. Now let's talk about my favorite product from the line, the Peptide Lip Treatment. This is so good. It's only $16. I'm thrilled to see a lip balm that contains peptides. I really don't see that ingredient in a lot of lip balms. Typically, they just add some hydrating ingredients and a little bit of an occlusive layer, and that's it. I like seeing lip treatments that actually do more than just hydrate the lips. I am already starting to see vertical lip lines on my upper lip, so I am wanting my lip balm to kind of go that extra mile for me right now. And I know that I'm not alone in that. If you look at the website, this product by far has the most reviews and the most positive reviews. And the website says this is a restorative lip treatment for naturally plump, pillowy, soft lips day or night. This dreamy formula leaves lips looking glossy and works hard to protect and nourish dry skin from within. So this has shea butter that hydrates and moisturizes with 5 essential fatty acids, including vitamins E, D, A, and allantoin. And of course, it has peptides that visibly plump and reduce the look of fine lines. It has cupuaçu, I think that's how you pronounce it, that helps maintain skin elasticity, improving suppleness for dry and dehydrated lips. And it has babasu, which is a rich natural source of lauric acid to support the microbiome and replenish overall moisture. So the texture of this is ridiculous. I'm gonna take off my lip gloss. Ooh, in fact, I'm gonna go do what Hailey Bieber does. She loves doing a lip liner and then this. Got my lip liner, and now let's apply the Peptide Lip Treatment. See how it just smooths the lip lines and it makes them look so glass-like. This really is the product that gives the most like glazed donut vibes. So juicy, so beautiful. In terms of the texture, this is easily one of my favorite lip balms I've ever tried. Definitely a top 5 favorite lip balm, maybe even a top 3. And if you know me at all, you know I'm insanely picky about lip products, so that's saying something. This is just so beautifully cushiony. It's not thin, but it's not thick. It's not sticky. It's not runny and slippery. It's just that perfect Goldilocks formula. If you like products that are a lot thinner and lightweight on the lips, you'll still like this because it is lightweight. But if you're like me and you like something a little bit thicker that forms more of an occlusive layer, you'll still like this because it has a really good amount of grip and cushion to it. And in terms of the scents, by far, I appreciate the unscented the most, which is actually rare for me. I typically prefer lip products that have some kind of edible scent, so as long as it's not floral, then I'll love it. But the unscented one is by far my favorite because it's actually unscented. Like, it doesn't smell like a thing. You know how a lot of products can say that they're unscented, but they can still smell kind of like plasticky or makeup-y or something like that. Not with this. It is virtually unscented, no taste, no smell. Unfortunately, I do have a negative aspect to the unscented lip products that I haven't heard a single person talk about. Both Watermelon Slice and Salted Caramel smell amazing. They smell exactly like you would think they would smell. However, and I have Salted Caramel on right now, These have such a strong floral perfume taste, and I actually applied all 3 lip treatments on my boyfriend John to see if it was just in my head, and he agreed. He said the unscented was fantastic, he loved it, and he totally agreed about the weird like floral taste of the scented ones. He was like, wah, wah, like trying to like wipe it off because it was so gross tasting. I don't know what's going on. John and I feel like there's a super strong floral taste. None of my friends have noticed any kind of aftertaste. So I guess I would just say, if you are like us and you're kind of sensitive to the way lip products can taste in your mouth, just go with the unscented one because it's so damn good. But if you're someone who doesn't really mind a kind of floral taste or smell, or you typically just aren't bothered by scents, then maybe go with one of the scented ones. Now, I did want to mention that there was a trademark infringement lawsuit against Rhode Beauty right when they launched by a company in the fashion industry that was called Rhode. They did have a trademark on Rhode, but it was in a different industry. I do believe, after looking it up online, that Hailey Bieber did try to trademark Rhode in fashion as well, and that to me is definitely a little bit shady, considering that she did try to buy the Rhode trademark from that fashion brand, I think about 3 years ago, and they said no. But for me, if you have a trademark in one industry, you really don't have any right to complain if a company launches a brand under a similar name in a different industry. That's just business. That's how it works. Now, what I'm bothered by, obviously, like I said, is that I think Hailey Bieber did try to get a Rhode trademark in fashion, which would infringe on their existing trademark. She did end up winning the lawsuit, but I do think it kind of left a bad taste in a few people's mouths. And the Rhode fashion brand released a statement saying that this was really going to mess up all of their search engine optimization, and people were going to get really confused if they were looking for their products. Personally, that fashion brand has never gotten so much press than this trademark infringement. So it's actually a little bit shady to me that that fashion brand would file a trademark infringement lawsuit, given the fact that they are getting way more traffic than they've ever gotten. I can guarantee you that. And because Hailey Bieber did not launch her company in the same industry. That's just my own personal opinion after seeing a lot of people I know go through copyrights, trademarks, and all of that stuff. But obviously you're welcome to have your own opinion. So let's wrap it up with the pros and cons. The pros I have listed: number 1, impressively affordable. These products really do have a simple yet wonderful and robust enough balance of skin-loving ingredients. So the fact that they have the price point they have, especially for a celebrity brand, I think is fantastic, and I think is the reason why I can recommend this so highly. Also, every single formula is gorgeously cosmetically elegant. I also really appreciate that they are simple, reliable, core staples that work on most skin types, if not all skin types, except for those of us who are going through a sensitivity issue. I also really appreciate the good brand values. That's something that I certainly look for in a brand. It just makes me feel like I have more of a connection to that brand. Aesthetically, the brand looks cool, and I really like their packaging. And lastly, I really like a passionate founder. As for the cons, the number 1 con for me, they are always sold out. And then the second they restock weeks later, they're instantly sold out. And that's an issue for me because if I run out of their product, I want to be able to go buy it again. I'm not sure if they just didn't anticipate how wildly popular this launch was going to be, or if maybe they're withholding some of the releases so that they can kind of develop a little bit more excitement about it. I don't think the latter is true because their brand value is transparency. So I think what's more realistic is that they just did not anticipate the excitement about this, which would be somewhat surprising. The second con for me is that the moisturizer in particular can be irritating on my skin when it's sensitized, but that's just a personal experience for me. However, for other people with sensitive skin, it is sometimes a little bit frustrating when you buy something that's supposed to be for sensitive skin that ends up stinging your face a little bit. Another one is the lawsuit left a bad taste in some people's mouths. And lastly, for me, it's really just the aftertaste of the scented peptide lip treatments that I absolutely hate. I can't wait to take this off because this floral fragrance in my mouth is driving me nuts. I don't know why that is. Like, they smell like watermelon slice and salted caramel, and yet they taste like someone's like floral perfume. I don't get it. And to wrap up my final thoughts, I think for me, the way that I know if I love a product is if I would purchase it with my own money when I run out, because I did receive this in PR. Peptide lip treatment that's unscented, 100% will repurchase for as long as they make it. The peptide glazing fluid, absolutely. I can see myself repurchasing that when I'm done. I just love the texture of it. There's something about applying it makes me feel like I'm doing self-care. It feels luxurious. So I think the only product that I would personally skip is the moisturizer, just because I really only like having moisturizers in my collection that never sting if my skin is sensitized. However, from an objective standpoint, the moisturizer is probably their standout product because it does have the most skin-loving ingredients. It's just that for me, I typically need to have my moisturizers be incredibly simple. So those are all my thoughts on Rhode Beauty. Let us know in the comment section below how you're thinking about the brand. If you've tried it, what do you think about the products? Does anyone out there taste the floral perfume in the scented lip balms? I need to know. Overall, I'm really impressed with this launch, to the point where I want her to launch more products. Like, I'm really excited. I want her to come out with makeup. I want her to come out with like a facial mist and a sunscreen and all of the things I love, because at this price point, you just really can't go wrong. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.